we're out here at the Montana garage, and it's been about a month or so since I fired up, maybe not a month, a few weeks since I fired up the DD Sweet Shop 57 Chevy here. And as you can see, we had it's nice and sunny right now, but it's a cool snowy morning, and I thought, well, I'll do a cold start on the old 57 with the Fitech. And well, I tried it already and it didn't do nothing, because as you can see, we got some cables on there, so the old battery was dead. So hooked the charger up, went in to grab the GoPro. Let's see if this thing will start after sitting for a while in the cold and whatnot. I had that left plugged in. Maybe that drained the battery? I don't know. Fuel pump noise. Battery voltage is showing pretty high. We got the charger hooked up. Alright, I'm not going to touch the gas pedal. Nope, still nothing on the old battery. Alright, we'll have to let her charge for a while. Good news. I found my little red light. I had suspicion that I had used it in the 57 Chevy, but I had looked around and I couldn't find it. I just looked again, and here we are. See, these things are handy, and you can stick them in conspicuous places or inconspicuous places, like up under your dash. But then you forget about it. Oh man, it feels like Christmas morning to find my awesome light. You can see this thing has been well used. You better go to Amazon and get you one, because you need it. These things are awesome. I'll have a link for that in the video description, by the way. Click the link, buy the light, help out Montana Garage. We'll make some commission. Thanks. We'll let this battery charger run for a while. The guy at Pertronics, when I was dealing with that Pertronics ignition conversion deal, he told me never to put it on full boost, because that could fry that Pertronics thing. So we'll let her sit at the 40 amp setting for a while, and then we'll try to fire it up again. We got a little bit of a loose battery terminal action here too. I probably left it that way so I could, you know, yank her off, but let me tighten her up so it might actually charge. I just hit my head on this thing again. I talked about that in the other video. All right, I put the old 1/2" wrench on there and tightened her up a bit, so now we'll let her charge, and hopefully this thing will start. All right, a few minutes have gone by. Let's try this again. Probably need to let her charge a little longer because I can't use the boost, but we'll try it. Again, it says we got good voltage. I think probably that loose battery terminal didn't help us out at all last time. I'm not going to touch the gas. Turned over for a second. It almost sounded like the starter went weird on me. The old Fitech works pretty good for the old cold start. Never touched the gas pedal, turned over for a second, and away she goes after not running for close to a month. We'll let her warm up. The reason I'm firing it up is I'm gonna move some stuff around here. I gotta get the snowmobile trailers out, because the white stuff. Gotta get access to the sleds. All right, I just shut it off. Think it'll start again? I think it will. Beauty, Clark. All right, it's a couple days later. I was just inside working on editing together this video that you're currently watching, and I got to the part where we shuffle things around and we move the car, because that's what I was doing, was moving the car, and none of the rest of my footage is there. Files were corrupt or something like that, it says. I guess it's time for me to get a new SD card for the GoPro. So I could just throw all this file or these videos away and call it and work on something else, but I'm going to do something else. I'm going to work on my storytelling. I'm going to walk you through what we're missing. So like I said, what we were doing is we were moving stuff around. My snowmobile trailer that I have right here now, during the summer, sits right in the very back there by that white snowmobile trailer. We'll do more on this later, but we got 3 skidoos in here, baby. It's almost time to break them out. Anyway, snowmobile trailer back there in the corner by that other white snowmobile trailer. That's my work trailer for all my tile work and tools and stuff. A lot of times I use that on a day-to-day basis, but lately my job's been kind of big, and once I get all the tools at the job, I just leave it and park the trailer over here out of the way. So this was already right here, and this was kind of an empty parking spot. So to move the snowmobile trailer up here, obviously I had to hook onto that and move it out of the way. Then I had to hook onto the snowmobile trailer from back there and move out of the way. And then being we're taking this parking spot with the snowmobile trailer now, it just kind of gets kind of tight up here. So the 57, which was right there, if you can visualize, use your imagination that the white GMC is the 57. If you have a hard time imagining it, just click back a couple minutes, you'll see it parked right there in the snow. So we kind of lose a parking space and it gets kind of tight up here. So we decided to put the 57 back here. I'll show you that in a second. So we got all the trailers moved. 57's right here. And so my son Trey's helping me out. He hops in the car and gives the old key a turn. And wouldn't you know, turns the key, click, 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 battery's dead again. So I let it run for a little while, but apparently I didn't let it run long enough to charge the battery, or that battery's finally garbage and we need to get a new battery. So we had to go in the shop, drag out the battery charger, hook that back up, let her charge for a few minutes, and then we try again. So now Trey's back in the car. I'm up here. I'm the videographer, right? I'm the YouTube guy. I'm making the video. I got the camera out and I'm pointing at him. He's in the car and I'm like, go for it. We're recording. It's all good. Apparently we weren't. He turns it over. This time it fires up. So I disconnect the battery charger and close the hood down. And he's a 17-year-old kid. So first thing he does is hit the old switch in the car to open up the exhaust cutouts so it's nice and loud. Revs it up a bunch of times. Hits reverse, does a little tiny burnout on the gravel backwards as I'm kind of guiding him back. And you know, he pulls back there and then we go this way and we're going back to behind the Montana garage. Mind you, I'm videotaping all this because it's riveting. It's, oh man, you guys just had to see it, but now you just got to listen to me yammer on about it, which is probably not near as good. Anyways, back here we go. Now, before he hopped in to move it, he didn't want to move it. He's like, you move it, because I don't know where you want it. And I said, well, you just follow me, I'll guide you, I'll tell you where I want it. And I honestly wasn't sure where I wanted it either, because well, because I wasn't sure. My wife likes to have her views out of the backyard and whatnot, and that's why the snowmobile trailer was way in the back, because she didn't want to block our views of the mountains from over in the yard. We used to have much better views until the neighbors built this shop, and that was yeah, she didn't like that. It's new neighbors now. The guys are really cool. We're happy with the neighbors, and she can't even be mad at them because they're not the ones that built the shop. But the guy that built the shop right there, she didn't like that guy. Anyway, so Trey's driving the 57. We go through the gate here. He pulls up like this, and I decide to tell him, well, you can see where it is. I said I want it over there next to the lawnmower. And you know, we got the fence over here, and so he pulls up like this over here. This is where it gets good. This is why I couldn't just let it go. I couldn't just throw away this video because I got to tell you about this part. So he pulls up here, you know, and then he backs up like this, comes back to the fence. I'm trying to guide him, and then he pulls forward, and then he's you know, he's not lined up right, so he's kind of going too much towards this stuff, and so then he backs up. And he doesn't, you know, adjust the wheel at all. Then he pulls forward, right in the same tracks he was just in, backs up. So you've seen people do that, right? Where they like pull up and they don't go past and turn the wheel a little extra bit or whatever that you got to do, and back up and change their direction. He just went, you know, forward, back, about 3 times. And finally I couldn't take it any longer. So I was like, dude, you gotta pull forward further, change your wheel, change your angle, change your direction. Otherwise you just couldn't keep doing the same thing. He's gonna be mad for me telling you about that part, but I told him that nobody's gonna watch this far anyways. So if you watch this far, make sure you leave a comment giving him a hard time. 17-year-old kid, you know, he'll figure it out eventually. So eventually, anyways, here she is. We got her parked. I had him, you know, finally pull up a little further so he could get turned and backed into where we wanted. Well, we're back here. I guess we might as well see if it'll start. $100 says the battery is dead. What say you? All right, anybody who bet against me owes me $100. I'm sure nobody bet against me because you're smart. Yep, she be dead. So I don't know if something's draining it or if it's just got a bad battery. So we'll figure it out later. Here sits the DD Speed Shop 57 Chevy. I didn't really want to put it back here because I want to work on it. I got some plans that I want to work on it pretty soon. But, and it's just in the way until I'm not working on it. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to move it, you know, because I got the trailers in the way. And then plus once it snows, that'll make it a little harder. It'll be stuck back here. We'll have to shovel snow or move snow. But anyways, it's just back here temporarily because the weather changed and I figured I wasn't gonna be driving it a lot. I do have plans to work on it. I have a line on some doors, or at least a door. I got a guy that's got one door. So I'm trying to decide if I want to make a deal on one door or just wait till I find a pair, because the next time I find one, it's going to be a pair, and then I'm going to have 3 doors and an extra door. But I'll probably jump on this one door because it's better than nothing. I could actually maybe get started converting one side until I find the other door, because I'd like to get this turned into a 2-door by spring. I'm ambitious because I never get anything done, I know, and I got a million things to do already, but this is the one I'm driving, and I want to drive it as a 2-door. So anyways, if somebody else has leads on doors, let me know. And I appreciate you watching me ramble on here. And at least you're getting another look at the DD Speed Shop 57 Chevy here. And hopefully it'll be more of it soon right here on the channel. So come on back. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. See you next time.